Mobile phones are switched to the silent or the buzz mode. Thank you. You're requested to kindly stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Kindly be seated. Thank you. Once again, a very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the listing ceremony of J.G. Chemicals. J.G. Chemicals Limited and their subsidiary BDJ Oxides Private Limited are part of the BDJ Group and has been producing zinc oxide since its inception in the year 1975. The BDJ Group is promoted by the Jhunjhunwala family, who have been in this trade and industry for over 90 years and have made major contribution in the growth of various industries in India. When they started off with a small plant in Kolkata in 1975 with a capacity of about 600 MTPA, they had the vision to become the industry leader. And 40 years hence, they are now India's largest zinc oxide manufacturer, manufacturing through the French process, which is dominant production technology for producing zinc oxide and has been adopted by all the major producers in America, Europe, and Asia. Powered by their production facilities, international standards of quality, and visionary leadership, they are now poised to take their offerings to the next level. They are constantly working along with their various customers to develop tailor-made products. A nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for LG Chemicals Limited. We will now introduce our esteemed guests on the dais and present them with a floral tribute. We have Mr. Suresh Jhunjhunwala, who's the chairman of J.G. Chemicals Limited. Mr. Anirudh Jhunjhunwala, MD and CEO. Mr. Anuj Jhunjhunwala, Director and CFO. Mr. Anupam Paliwal, Senior Director, Investment Banking, Centrum Capital Limited. Mr. Yatan Singh, Head of Investment Banking, MK Global Financial Services Limited. Mr. Vineet Suchanti, MD, Keynote Financial Services. Mr. Samir Patel, Chief Business Officer, BSE. We have Mr. Sukanta Nag. Please come up. A nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And Miss Savita Agarwal. We now move on to the traditional lighting of the lamp, ladies and gentlemen. May I request all our esteemed guests kindly to do the honors. I also invite Akriti Junjunwala, Shilpa Junjunwala, Alka Junjunwala, Anaya, Aisha, Mr. Sukanta Nag, and Ms. Savita Agarwal. Immediately after the traditional lighting of the lamp, we will do a short photo op over here.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will now have the opening address. I invite Mr. Vineet Suchanti, MD, Keynote Financial Services, to address all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Suchanti.
Good morning, friends, dignitaries from the Bombay Stock Exchange, promoters of J.G. Chemicals, Suresh ji, Anirudh, Anuj, and my colleagues who have worked shoulder to shoulder with us over the past 2 years to bring this company to the board and list it today. I'm very glad here that this has been almost over 2-year journey for us, along with some of our colleagues. And it's a very auspicious day and a big milestone for J.G. Chemicals to be here in this grand hall of the Bombay Stock Exchange to inaugurate its listing. I think if I look back over the past 2 years, there have been tremendously challenging times in terms of getting the company prepared and then finally bringing it to the board in early March. And Incidentally, while we had the SEBI clearance last July, we couldn't access the market during that time, so we had to wait for the right time. And I'm finally glad that all the clearances that had been obtained have finally also been applied and come into use. And we've the IPO received an overwhelming response. Uh, I vividly remember, one of the earliest meetings that I had with the promoters. And what struck me is there is this company which has been quietly operating out of Eastern India, set up a plant in Southern India, and has emerged as the largest manufacturer of zinc oxide over the past 2 decades, and is continually expanding and quietly doing its business in this particular area. Very interestingly, the company had good governance standards and a very strong legacy of business that it comes from. So I'm very glad that we were part of the transaction as keynote, and we really value the relationship we have built over the years. And the last thing that I would like to say before I hand over, I would say in the next few years, from today, which the company will see on the bourses, is that the responsibility on the management has obviously become larger than it was now being in the public domain and having marquee shareholders. Some marquee institutions have participated in this offer, and that primarily increases their responsibility in terms of performance, governance, and rewarding shareholder and building shareholder value. With this, I would like to hand it over to the management, and I would like to thank all of you all for making it early this morning on this joyous occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we have the chairman of J.G. Chemicals Limited, Mr. Suresh Jhunjhunwala, who will now address all of us. A nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our chairman, Mr. Suresh Jhunjhunwala.
I'll take the liberty of. Thank you, Vinitji. Thank you, Vinitji. Dear Shri Samir Patilji, distinguished guests on the dais, our team, including our bankers, lawyers, and all the other agencies, friends and colleagues, a very good morning and a very warm welcome to this event. Indeed, it's a very special morning for all of us. As I was taking flight last night, a flood of memories came by, how it all started decades ago, and how over the years our company has evolved and tasted success. The guiding factor for our growth, sir, has been to keep the customer at the top of our strategies and to ensure credibility in our actions and deeds. Having already worked in various verticals for the initial working years of my life, when we started with J.G. Chemicals, the aim was that in years to come, it should be the leader in the industry with global recognition and respect. Ladies and gentlemen, as chairman, I'm very happy to say that we have sort of achieved that space now, but there's always miles to go and we can go further. But today we are the largest zinc oxide manufacturer in the country and one of the top maybe 5 or 6 in the world, barring China. So that's some achievement for our country and us. And I thank my team, entire team, for working religiously and relentlessly to achieve this. Today, it's a very momentous day for us because our family has become larger. And this brings more responsibilities, more, responsibility on us to deliver and to deliver beyond shareholders' expectations. We can only say one thing, that we'll continue giving our best, the best, as we have been doing, and the rest is, we have to share the success with everyone. I welcome our new investors, shareholders to the J.G. family. Thank you once again, everyone, for taking time this evening. Wishing J.G. family and everyone all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We now have the Managing Director and CEO, J.G. Chemicals Limited, Mr. Anirudh Jhunjhunwala. to address all of us. A nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Anirudh Jhunjhunwala.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, colleagues, and family. Wow, what a momentous occasion this is. I don't think words are enough to express this. As a young boy, when I walked into the office of J.G. Chemicals, did I think I would be standing here today? Well, I think that was too big a dream to even do that at that point of time. Today, I'm standing here as the managing director and CEO of the company, leading a company which is not only the largest manufacturer in India, but also amongst the top names globally. It fills my heart with immense joy and pleasure, and soon we would be listed on the Indian Stock Exchange. Well, all this and more would not have been possible without the sowing of the seeds by our chairman, who happens to be my father, Sri Suresh Jhunjhunwala ji. He planted the tree, the fruits of which we all enjoy today. So ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for my father, Suresh Jhunjhunwala. This journey would not have been possible but for the support and relentless support, again I say, of our customers, suppliers, various stakeholders. I personally thank each one of them from the bottom of my heart. Our independent directors, our board, who've all along guided us with their combined vision. Thank you, sir, and thank you for making it also to the occasion. At our company, JG, we've always believed that work hard, work smart, give your best, and then results will follow. So thank you, members of the JG family. Thank you once again. I think it is a lot of hard work which you all have put in to this listing, to this IPO, to the journey, and this is why we are here today. So first, let me thank our CFO, Anuj Jhunjhunwala, who's put in relentless hard work in managing the nitty-gritties of the deal. A round of applause for Anuj. The entire finance team, Mr. Agarwal, Amit, Swati, and every member of my finance team has burnt the midnight oil, and that is why we are here today. So thank you, all of you. Apart from finance, the company has been built over the years by the hard work of every department, every member of our team in our offices, in our plants, whether it is production, whether it is marketing, whether it is purchase, whether HR, projects, quality, they've all been working hard and have been a very silent contributor to the success of the company. So JG family, JG team, this one is for you. A round of applause. They say that behind every successful man is a woman. But I say that behind every successful venture, every company is a family that backs the promoters. A huge thank you to my mother, Alka ji, for bearing the tantrums of all the three men in the house all this while. To my lovely wife, Shilpa, who's been a rock support for me in all the times. I love you, Shilpa. My sister-in-law, Akriti, who's been there always supporting us in anything that we've asked for. She's always been at the forefront. My two lovely girls and my smart boy, Anya, Aisha, Ayansh, we love you all. Lastly, and most importantly, we may work as much as we want, as hard as we want, but it all happens, and I strongly believe this, it all happens when that one force, that one Lord comes and makes it happen. The Lord comes in the form of God and our ancestors. So today I thank the Lord and our ancestors from the bottom of my heart and request them to keep blessing us. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is for my team. In a few moments from now, we will be listed, and from here, we must vow to work harder, smarter, and look onward and forward. With these few words, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and welcome to all our investors to the JG family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, I truly believe that dreams are the most powerful energy. We have our next speaker coming up. We have Mr. Samir Patil, Chief Business Officer of BSE, who is going to address all of us. Coincidentally, today also happens to be his birthday. So a bigger round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Good morning to all. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of BSE, I would like to welcome Shri Suresh Junjunwala, Chairman, J.G. Chemicals Limited, Shri Anirudh Junjunwala, Managing Director and CEO, J.G. Chemicals Limited, Shri Anuj Junjunwala, CFO, J.G. Chemicals Limited, and the other dignitaries on the dais. We congratulate J.G. Chemicals Limited on account of the successful public offer of Rs 251 crores. The overwhelming response received in its subscription is the epitome of its success story, its strong corporate values as well as an impact-driven vision. J.G. Chemicals Limited is the only Indian zinc oxide producer which has IATF certification. The company undertakes manufacturing of zinc oxide through the French process, which is dominant production technology for producing zinc oxide and has been adopted by all the major producers in America, Europe, and Asia. BSE has a 149-year-old history, and this year we would be celebrating 150 years of the existence of BSE. It's one of the oldest working public institutions in India, having created wealth to the tune of more than $4 trillion, including equity and debt. BSE is the world's largest exchange in terms of number of listed companies, which stands at 5,204. Over the past 149 years, the exchange has successfully offered an efficient capital raising platform to companies in India. In this very international convention hall, that we have witnessed the development of Indian capital markets over several decades. First, as a trading ring for the brokers in the 90s, and then as a convention hall post-digitization. The benchmark index of BSE, Sensex, is tracked by investors across the globe and has grown since India opened its economy in 1991. It is also considered as a barometer for the growth of Indian economy. In this very international convention hall, on the 15th of May 2023, BSE relaunched its Sensex and BankX contracts to a Friday expiry and a Monday expiry, respectively. And we are proud to say within a year, we have clocked highest daily turnover in Sensex of more than 300 lakh crores and in BankX close to 99 lakh crores. We are confident that by listing on the BSE, J.G. Chemicals Limited will not only be able to enhance its visibility and profile, but also broaden its investor base due to further deepen its line of business adhering to strong governance standards. BSE looks forward to being J.G. Chemicals Limited preferred fund rating partner continually as it expands its reach and grows in scale. I wish this esteemed entity all the very best on account of a successful listing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samir Patil, and once again, a very happy birthday and best wishes always. We now have the exchange of the mementos, and the first one is going to be given by BSE to the companies. So it's going to be presented by Mr. Samir Patil to Mr. Suresh Junjunwala right over there. So here's the first one. From Mr. Samir Patil to Mr. Anirudh Junjunwala. Now for this, you may have to probably come out. Yes. Mr. Suresh Junjunwala gets 2 mementos. From Mr. Samir Patil to Mr. Anuj Junjunwala. Mr. Anupam Paliwal. We then have Mr. Yatin Singh. Mr. Vineet Suchanti. We now move on to the exchange. It's going to be from the company to BSE. So it's going to be from Mr. Suresh Junjunwala to Mr. Samir Patil. And then the rest will be presented by Mr. Anirudh Junjunwala. From Mr. Anirudh Junjunwala to Mr. Anupam Paliwal. Mr. Vineet Suchanti. Mr. Yatin Singh. The registrar, we have K Fintech. Agency concept, get ready next. That's K Fintech. Agency concept communications. We next have the legal advisors to the BRLMs, Barucha and Partners. That was concept communications. We have Barucha and Partners. Link Legal Advisor. Printers, Western Press. They're not here. Auditors, J. Kishan and Company. Thank you very much, sir. As we're getting closer to 10 o'clock, may I request all our esteemed guests on the dais to kindly move towards the gong, and we will have the vote of thanks immediately after the bell ceremony. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to require your assistance for the countdown. So we're going to sing out really loud when it comes to 10, 9, 8. Are you with me? We are getting closer to that most momentous occasion, that beautiful belt ceremony when you get listed over here at BSE and LG and JG Chemicals Limited is going to be listed in the next couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Need your assistance starting from 10. It is so quiet that you can actually hear a pin drop. We're getting closer. Here we begin. 10, everybody. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it once again, ladies and gentlemen, for J.G. Chemicals Limited. Congratulations once again. You are now listed at BSE, and immediately after this, we have the vote of thanks that will be given by Mr. Anuj Jhunjhunwala, CFO, J.G. Chemicals Limited. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Anuj Jhunjhunwala, CFO, J.G. Chemicals Limited, who's going to give us the vote of thanks. A nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Anuj Jhunjhunwala.
Thank you all for being here this morning and supporting us. We'd like to thank the Bombay Stock Exchange, SEBI, and all regulatory authorities who've helped us in this journey to become the first zinc oxide company to be listed on the Indian bourses and probably the only dedicated zinc oxide company to be listed world over. It's been a journey which has had its ups and downs. Our bankers, Vineet ji, Krishna ji, Rajendra ji, they've all stood by us during the tough times. We've had a lot of them, but we've crossed each one of them with the support and the blessings of the Almighty. Getting listed was indeed a dream. 15 years back, when I started my career in a finance company in Bombay, when I used to cross this building, it was a dream to have my own company listed. And I have no words to express how happy and how grateful we are that we are here today, getting our company listed. We are overwhelmed by the subscription numbers and almost 28x subscription on the main book with over 8.9 lakh applications. We've got the support of marquee investors like MIT, SBI General Insurance, PineBridge, and Carnelian. They're all very, very marquee investors in the Indian markets today. Today, we welcome over 61,000 shareholders to the JG family. A heartfelt thank you for all your support and your faith in us, in the management of the company, and everyone who's been there in JG all throughout. As the IPO journey comes to an end, we'd like to thank all our partners, all our BRLMs, Keynote, MK, Centrum, and of course our lawyers. Vishnu's right here. These guys never sleep. Bharucha and Partners and Link Legal. Milin's not here today, unfortunately. We also have to thank our registrar, K-Fintech, our printers, Western Press, and of course, the guys who make everything possible in the media, Concept Communication. I think this vote of thanks would be incomplete without a special thank you to Mr. Vineet Suchanti, who's here, who's been a pillar of support and who's been standing with us all throughout. His office has been like the JG Chemicals office in Bombay, And we really thank Vinitji and all the BRLMs for all the support that we've had. I would request all of you to now join us for some refreshments after this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for that vote of thanks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us this morning at this beautiful, momentous listing ceremony of J.G. Chemicals Limited. Once again, and for the final time, a nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, congratulating the company, the team, for all the efforts that they have put in to make this definitely a grand, momentous occasion. This is Bosco Rodriguez signing off. Have a lovely day ahead and do join us for refreshments. Thank you very much. God bless you.